You're a dentist, but you're not licensed in Canada yet. What if I told you you could still practice clinically, legally in Ontario as a denturist? Today, I'm breaking down step by step how a foreign trained dentist can practice as a denturist in Ontario. No jargons, no confusion from start to finish. Hey!
License ready with
Welcome back to License Ready with Oli, the channel where foreign trained dentists stop feeling stuck and start moving strategically. If you're a dentist trained outside Canada and you want a real legal clinical pathway, this video is for you. I'll put all the official links and a simple step-by-step in the description box below.
license ready with
What is a denturist? Let's start from the basics. A denturist is not a dentist. A denturist is a licensed oral health professional who examines patients for dentures only, designs, makes, fits, and adjusts removable dentures. They work directly with patients without a dentist supervising them. In Ontario, denturists are regulated by the College of Denturists of Ontario, the CDO. The CDO sets the rules under the Denturist Act and Regulated Health Professions Act. That means you cannot just wake up and call yourself a denturist. You must be licensed.
license
Why
ready
does
with
this pathway make sense for foreign trained dentists? Now listen carefully. This is important. As a foreign trained dentist, you already understand oral anatomy, understand impressions, understand occlusion, understand patient care. Denturist is a narrower scope, not a lower profession. You're not learning dentistry again. You are retraining your brain to work safely within a limited scope. I'm going to
license
break
ready
this
with
into 4 clear steps. Step 1, academic assessment. Your degree? Checked. Before you write any exam, your education must be reviewed because your learning was outside of Canada. You must submit your education documents, that is transcripts, diplomas, course description, to the CDO for review. They compare your training to what an Ontario denturist graduate receives. If they find gaps, they will tell you what courses you need to take to reach equivalency. That is the College of Denturists of Ontario. This is called the Academic Equivalency Assessment. Only after your credentials are deemed substantially equivalent can you register to take the qualifying exam. Simply put, you submit your dental degree, your transcripts, and course description. The College of Denturists of Ontario checks if your education is substantially equivalent to Canadian denturist education. The possible outcomes could be you are approved to proceed, you are asked to complete some upgrading, you're rarely rejected except if your education is completely unrelated. So, no assessment, no exam. Step 2, the denturist qualifying exam. This is the big one. The qualifying exam is the main licensing exam you must pass before registration. The exam follows the Canadian Denturist Multi-Jurisdictional Registration Examination, the CDMRE, the format. This has 2 parts. You must pass both. Where the exam comes from. Many provinces now participate in the Canadian Denturist Multi-Jurisdictional Registration Examinations. It is a common exam shared by Ontario, Alberta, and British Columbia. It consists of the same multiple choice questions and OSCE formats. The written exam is not just a random exam. They test 5 things: complete and partial dentures, that is impressions, border molding, jaw relations, occlusions, sore spots, retention, and retention problems. Think what went wrong and how it can be fixed safely. 2. Laboratory procedures. Dentists often underestimate this. You'll be dealing with model pouring, trying errors, processing defects, acrylic issues, tooth selection. Denturists must understand what happens in the lab deeply. 3. Patient assessment and treatment planning. Here, the test if you can assess a dentulous patient independently. Can you recognize red flags? Do you know when to refer? 4. Ethics and jurisprudence. This is easy maths. They check consent, record keeping, advertising, professional conduct, and complaints. This is Ontario specific, not general dentistry. And then 5. Practice management. This is basic safety. You'll be tested on infection control, documentation, and communication. How do you prepare for part 1? You review denture textbooks. You focus on removable prosthodontics. You study errors and corrections, just in case there are problems. You learn Ontario Denturist law and scope of practice. The part 2, the OSCE. This is where many people fail. This is where many candidates struggle, not because it is hard, but because it's different from dental exams. Let me simplify OSCE. OSCE tests how you think, how you speak, and how you decide. You rotate through stations. Each station has a scenario. You may see a case description, photos, models, dentures, and written tasks. You usually do not treat a patient, but you must show clinical judgment, communication, safety, safe decision making, and generally scope awareness. What do they test in OSCE? 1. They test patient communication. They test how you explain dentures, how you handle complications, how you obtain consent, how you give post-insertion instructions. Examples: a patient is unhappy with denture feet, patient refuses referral, and patient has unrealistic expectation. So here you're expected to speak clearly, simply, and professionally. 2. Clinical judgment. This is very important. Here they test if you can identify a problem, can you choose the safest next step? Can you stay within the scope? Examples: sore spots after delivery, poor retention, guard reflex issues, flabby ridges, xerostomia. You always choose patient safety over speed. And 3. Denture evaluation and adjustment. They test occlusion errors, retention and stability, polished surfaces issues, border overextension, and pressure areas. You may be asked, what is wrong? What caused it? And what would you do next? How do you prepare for part 2? You practice thinking out loud. You practice patient expectation. You review denture complications. You memorize referral red flags. And you learn Ontario's Denturist scope very widely. The golden rule: do not forget, you are not being examined as a dentist. You are being examined as a safe denturist. What denturists can do? They can examine a dentulous patient. They can make impressions. They can design, fabricate, and deliver dentures. They can adjust and repair dentures. They can also provide after denture care. And what can a denturist not do? They cannot diagnose oral diseases. They cannot prescribe medications. They cannot treat pathologies. They cannot perform extractions or ignore suspicious lesions. There are red flags and these are mandatory referral. If there are ulcers, if there are lesions, if the patient has a pain of unknown origin, if there's bleeding, swelling, or medical instability. Basically, as a denturist, you recognize, you explain, you refer, and you document whenever you see these red flags. This sentence alone can make you a successful denturist. Some of the common mistakes that foreign trained dentists make are overdiagnosing, acting as a dentist, ignoring laboratory steps, skipping consent and documentation, and giving medical advice instead of referral. If you remember only one thing, remember this: I am a safe, ethical, independent denturist, not a dentist. This mindset alone helps you pass the exam. Once you have passed both parts of the qualified exams, you submit your registration application to the College of Denturists of Ontario. You provide required documents, identification, proof of insurance, police check, language ability, etc. You pay the registration fees. After successful approval, you will receive your certificate of registration and can legally practice as a denturist in Canada. I have a simple 8-week study plan for the exams. This plan assumes you're already clinically trained as a dentist, and all you need is a reorientation, not a re-education. Week 1 to 2, you study the scope, ethics, and the laws that govern denturists. 3 and 4, you study complete dentures. 5 and 6, you move over to partial dentures and laboratory procedures. Week 7, the OSCE communication practice. Week 8, the mock exams and revision. This is just to help you create a study plan for the exams.
Je suis une dentiste étrangère au Canada. Et je veux ma licence. J'étudie, je pratique, je...
The denturist pathway is faster. The regulator is the Denturism College. It is a lot cheaper, and the clinical depth is denture deep. The scope is more focused, usually dentures only. There's also clinical independence, and the outcome is eventually you becoming a denturist. Unlike the NDEB pathway, which is longer, more expensive, and the full scope is dentistry, it is regulated by the National Dental Examination Board of Canada. Should you choose this pathway, my honest advice, denturism makes sense if you enjoy prosthodontics, you want a faster clinical independence, you want to own your own practice sooner, you're okay with a limited scope, you want income while you pursue the NDEB. Denturism may not be ideal if you want full dental surgery scope, if you dislike removable prosthodontics, if you feel limited by referral rules, or if your long-term dream is only dentistry. Some people actually may get into denturism while they prepare for the dental qualifying exams to practice dentistry. Many foreign-trained dentists become denturists first. They gain income, they gain confidence, and some form of stability. Then they decide whether to pursue the NDEB later. If you remember nothing else, remember this: the exam is not testing how smart you are. It is testing how safe you are as a denturist. The exam is not testing intelligence. It is testing safety. If you stay in scope, communicate clearly, choose patient safety every time, you will pass. If you're a foreign trained dentist and this video helped you, subscribe to License Ready with Oli. I break down Canadian licensing pathways step by step without sugarcoating it. Drop your questions in the comment section. I read them all. You can find a link of our discussion here today in the description box. I also left you a gift, a downloadable checklist, right here in the description box.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Oli. Je suis une dentiste étrangère au Canada.